Hey, welcome to Long Distance Sisters.
I'm Tori.
I'm MacKenna.
And I'm Serena.
Come chat with us while we're far apart.
Okay, let's get started.
Hello, welcome to Serena and MacKenna chat.
Classy.
Classy, yes. MacKenna and I grew up the closest in age, so we fought a lot.
Yeah.
But we're better now.
And if we had more warning than just a few hours that it was just going to be the two of us, we would have chosen a nerdier topic. But instead, we just chose the topic we were going to go with this week anyway, which is our pet peeves.
Yeah. Well, I've had this list, ever since you mentioned it, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it because that's so negative. But then I just started writing things down anyway.
See, I did that too. Like, when I first mentioned it, I started writing things down too.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you shot it down, I was like, fine. And I deleted my list. So the past few days, I just added a few things.
I mean, you can always keep it and do your own episode thing. I was thinking of doing an episode where I talk about the Summer I Turned Pretty show versus the books. Go
ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll think about it.
You know what I've been thinking about doing lately?
What?
Starting a book podcast.
Oh.
Called Hyperion Hype Club. Because Disney's publishing is Disney Hyperion Books.
Oh.
And that's the Kingdom Keepers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
yeah.
And if the Villain's Land in Magic Kingdom ever comes true, then when at the D23 when they announced that, Ridley Pearson, the author of Kingdom Keepers, was there. He's also still actively writing for them. But I'm like, what I'm getting at is since they took away Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, maybe they'll make a Kingdom Keepers thing in this Villain's Land if it ever comes true.
I'm sure they will. They have to. They have to put a Kingdom Keepers because isn't that their most popular book series? I'm surprised they don't already have something like it in the park.
I don't know. The Twisted Tales are getting kind of big. Peter and the Starcatchers is probably their biggest.
I've never heard of it.
It had a Broadway musical too.
Oh.
I think Tori had the book. But I don't know. I just wanna keep talking, maybe get ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm gonna record all the episodes for the first book first. So you know I'm following through with it. Mm-hmm. Maybe start posting in May or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Hyperion Hype Club. Be on the lookout.
I have questions for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this isn't a question, this is a statement. But Girl Scouts don't start selling cookies where I am in Montana until the 24th of March. Because it's so cold they can't stand outside.
Oh my gosh, those poor girls. Well, you can order online.
It's all right. I'll just wait.
I'm probably gonna next time before I go see Tori, or at least by mid-March, I'm just gonna be like, hey, can I order Girl Scout cookies to your apartment? Because she has ABC Bakers.
Oh.
And I have Brownie Bakers.
Ooh. Oh, and apparently, I heard this on a podcast today. Apparently, they're changing, well, we call them Caramel Delights anyway, but apparently they're changing Samoas to be called Caramel Delights because Samoans are a group of people, and it's kind of offensive to use the term Samoa. Can't have anything to do with them. So yeah, apparently some places are doing that. I don't know if it's all places, but I heard that was being a thing. And I was like,
and apparently the new Raspberry Rally cookie is also only going to be available via online ordering.
It's probably not that good. It's no lemonade. It's no lemonade. Okay. And then how do you feel about mushrooms as a vegan?
I'm chill with them.
Because apparently there's some drama going around in the vegan community about mushrooms because they're not plants, but they're not animals like us, but they're more closely related to humans than they are plants.
But they're not animals.
But they're intelligent.
They're fungi.
But what is a fungi? It's not a plant.
Yeah, but it's not an animal.
Yeah, but vegans are plant-based.
Vegans aren't plant eaters. We're
Yes,
non-animal.
that's what plant-based is.
Okay, we're non-animal eaters.
Okay, but you will stick it to the fungi.
Yeah, I'll keep eating mushrooms.
Even though they're super intelligent and they all communicate.
So do all plants.
That's true. Okay. All right, we can start with pet peeves. Do you want to go first?
Sure. You probably have more than I do at this point, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see it.
Can't really.
Okay.
Sure.
It's fine.
There's only 5 things.
Maybe I should go first.
Yeah.
All right, my all-time worst. I can't stand this. It makes me physically
Can I guess it?
cringe.
I guess
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Single-use plastics.
No. I'm trying to avoid pet peeves. Oh wait, no, that is I do have I said bitches who still use single-use plastic water bottles. I do have that in there. I tried to avoid pet peeves that had like actual serious implications. These are more just like fun things that kind of annoy me, you know? But my all-time worst, I've gotten mad at past partners about this, past friends, our mother, probably you, and probably Tori. Not dad, though. I don't think he does it. Chewing with your mouth open. I hate it. 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 Even if maybe you're not chewing every bite with your mouth open, but sometimes people like intake air and they'll do like a, and I hate it. I can't take it. I can't take it. And some of my friends are horrible at this, and like I'll be able to see the food and they're talking and chewing with their mouth open. It's like it's not hard to close your mouth. It's not. Unless you have some prior issue, close your mouth. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I know for a lot of people, it's like the first chew will be with the mouth open, the rest will be closed. And I've called you out on that a few times. You're like, no,
I don't think I do that. I don't think you've ever called me out on that. I don't know if I do that.
It's also like if the food's really hot and it's already in your mouth, you're like,
Yes.
you'd rather chew with your mouth open than just spit it out.
Well, I'll do that and I'll go like,
yeah, I cover
like
my mouth.
you gotta blow. Yeah, and when I talk with food in my mouth, I usually cover my mouth in some way. But yeah, some people are so bad. Or when people like, this is kind of in the same relations, that's why I'm saying it. When they'll take like a sip, like I watch a lot of taste tests on, TikTok or whatever. They'll take a sip of a drink and then go, it's like, you don't need to do that.
No.
Like they'll smack their lips afterwards and it's like, you don't need to do that. Unless it's like wine and you need to aerate it and it's something I don't understand. But you don't need to like smack your lips together.
There's one Disney vlogger who I'll sometimes watch before I go to Disney because he's like a daily vlogger, so I can get like more like a real-time feel of how the crowds are. And he says like phrases wrong all the time, and it'll be like the same ones. And I don't want to say it because I don't want to like people to know him, like to call him out. And whenever he takes like a sip of something, he puts like a slurp sound effect over it. I'm like, that's probably worse than the sound you're actually making.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna take my gum out. I'm triggering me. I think it's called like misophonia. Yeah, when you don't like the sound of like people's lip smacking, but the thing is I like ASMR. So I don't get why it bothers me when people are doing it when they chew or eat food.
Because you can see it?
No, with ASMR I can see it.
Oh.
I mean, I don't like
my eyes for that stuff.
I don't like the ASMR videos when it's like zoomed up on someone's mouth. I'm like, ugh. It's more like if they're, in front of a microphone, you can't really like see. That's not the main focus. But anyway, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
But okay, well, a lot of people at the zoo, and I've told you this before, but a lot of people at the zoo say they normally hate when people like chew with their mouth open or smack their lips or something. But when the animals do it, it's so cute.
It's cute. Yeah.
Did you ever hear? You should hear the rhinos smack their big old mouths.
Aww.
Chewing their alfalfa. But yeah. A big one for me, which Ryan is getting better at, because I was like, dude, I can't do this, is food waste.
Oh, I have that too.
Yeah. And so like Ryan had so much meat go bad in the fridge, and I was like, Ryan, I cannot, like you cannot.
Not meat.
So this week for his groceries, he bought frozen meat instead, which I'm like, oh, thank God. Except for his like deli turkey or whatever, which is fine. Yeah. He goes through that real quick. But I'm just like, when there's so much food in the trash can, like, I mean, not just here, anywhere. It's just like all that food could have served a better purpose, and instead of you saving that food or like eating it in a decent amount of time, you went and bought more food that you probably threw out a decent bit of. And just
exactly.
Like you can you can switch up your leftovers and use them differently. Take home to-go boxes, bring your own Tupperware or whatever if you want to.
Yeah, when people don't take home their food, I don't get it. I was like, you just spent $15 on a meal that you ate half of, and you liked it, but you didn't finish it because you weren't hungry, which is fine. But like, take it home. Or when people, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. Say they're eating like a McDonald's cheeseburger and they won't eat the last bite. For what? For what? Like what? You think that's like helping your diet? Because it's not. Like it's not. It's I hate
I've heard
food
about
waste.
people doing that as like a diet, like one bite left or whatever.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's like, no, just don't eat McDonald's. Just don't eat McDonald's in the first place if that's what you're gonna do. I hate it. Or when some people still don't eat the ends of bread.
I love the butts.
Yeah, yes, I love it. Feel
free to just take that part.
Exactly. And like if it's a multi-grain bread, it's got the most nuts on it. Yeah, it's got all the seeds on it. It's so good. Or it's like, if you know you won't eat the food, offer it to someone else, because they'll probably eat it.
I got I got like a pre-sliced baguette the other week from Kroger, and when I got it before, it had the butts. But this time, when I got home, I realized they took away the butts. I was like, it's just like the little tiny butt pieces. I'm like, you can still eat that. What'd you do? Throw it away?
Maybe they threw it away, or maybe they made like croutons or stuffing or bread crumbs with it. Maybe they do something with it.
Maybe.
Because they know like a lot of people just throw it away anyway. So they're like, well, we might as well keep it. And
I pay for those butts.
Yeah, I enjoy the butts. I like the butts for sure. Yeah, food waste. I can't stand it. And that just like shows your privilege if food waste does not affect you at all. Like that just shows that you grew up in such a privileged situation that you were not ever worried about having enough food. And it's like, I hate it. Hate it.
Back on the butts real quick. Remember when we watched The Haunting in Connecticut, the movie? And there was that like really cute young boy, and I was little at the time. So, and then he like burnt. Spoiler, but the movie is over 10 years old. And the little boy like burned in the dumbwaiter, and I liked his. I don't know. I guess I said
we were making a joke about it,
and then later they were like the garlic bread was a little burnt, and I was like, it's okay. I like burnt butts.
Yes, I remember that. Okay. This is, if you've ever done it, which I know you have, like YouTube workouts. when it says in the title that it's a 30-minute workout, but the timestamp says 29 minutes.
No, okay, what's worse? When it says it's a 10-minute workout, but the timestamp says like 11 something minutes.
No, that I like because that means they like introed it or something.
Well, no, okay.
Yeah.
Pamela Reef, or Rafe, whatever.
Mhm.
I still do her workouts.
Mhm.
But they're all like they are very consistently, and she like there's no intro or outro really.
Mhm. That's true.
And she'll consistently be like a minute or two over the time that she
Mhm.
says the video is.
Yeah. But I would rather have it longer than shorter.
Or like one time her like the thumbnail or something said 8 minutes, the title said 9 minutes, and the workout was actually 10 minutes. I was like, find a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't like I'm like it just bothers me if I'm like, oh, I want to do a 30-minute workout and then it's like timestamp 29 minutes because I know they probably have an intro and a stretching session and I'm like, now it's a 25-minute workout. So that's like my pet peeve.
Yeah, but sometimes just if it sounds good to you, I guess just do it.
Eh.
Like I usually go for 20 minutes of strength, but if the video is like 18 minutes, I'll be like, okay. Or it says it's an 18-minute workout, but the video is like 20 minutes. I'll be like, okay.
It's just a pet peeve of mine, McKenna.
I know. I get it. It's a
Mhm.
pet peeve of mine when they get the workout length wrong.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, I should have done this after you said chewing with your mouth open. Scraping metal utensils against teeth. I can't.
Ooh.
I see it in YouTube videos frequently, and I'm like, your dentist? Well, your dentist. Go him, or her, but
Yeah. Yeah, I hope I don't do that. I don't think I do because I have very
I don't think
sensitive
you do.
teeth. So like hitting
Well, like,
anything with
that's what your lips.
yeah,
That's what your lips are there for, to get the stuff
the
off
buffer.
your fork or spoon,
Yeah.
not your teeth.
So yeah, to scoop. They're for scoop. Like, because I can't bite. You probably can't either. You can't bite ice cream, right?
I didn't when I was little, but the past few years I have been able to bite like popsicles and stuff.
Really?
I
I
don't
have
really bite
to
ice cream. I don't try to.
if I'm like eating a popsicle, I have to use my like back teeth. But if I'm eating ice cream, I do have to like beak it. You know, like I have to fold my lips in and like yeah, or just consistently like lick around the edge as it drips.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
I just like around the edges because it's fun.
Yeah, and that's like you're supposed to do that. Leaving the toilet lid up when flushing.
If there is a lid. Pet peeve when there's not a lid.
Yes. But yeah, some people don't know that like the lid is there so when you flush, I mean it's also probably there so you don't keep dropping things in your toilet. But one of the purposes of the lid is so that when you flush, the particles don't all fly in the air and go all around the bathroom. Meaning your pee and poop particles. So the lid is there to keep it in rather than have it fly around your bathroom and land on your toothbrush.
And toilet paper and the door handle and everything.
Your cell phone, because we know you brought your phone in there with you.
I'm sure you guys can look up so many videos on YouTube of people explaining this. We did it in microbiology lab in college with glow germ, just like a little sprinkle of that in the bowl, flush it, turn off the main lights, turn on the UV light. Stuff's everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be a fun experiment to do with like young kids to teach them like bathroom manners. Yeah. Remember when we had etiquette classes with mom in the bathroom?
Oh my god, yeah.
She should have gotten some of that and been like, now close the lid.
Oh my god, like I mean Cody doesn't listen to this, but when I see anyone, not just Cody, like use the fork as like a shovel and not properly hold it.
Yeah. Yeah. When people do this, they're like holding it like this. Like
yeah, it's like, dude, like don't you know how to properly use a utensil? Like, just flip it around the other. Like, just flip your hand around the other way.
Yeah, I don't
And you can
know.
still get the same job done.
Yeah, I don't like that either, because then it's like embarrassing to eat with them. And it's kind of gross because they're just like going for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the lid. And I've like explained this to people, the lid thing, and they've just been like, okay, and not changed anything. And I've been like, did you hear what I just said? I understand if people don't want to do if it's yellow, let it mellow. Like, I get it. But the lid thing, I just can't get behind. If they don't do it, I can't get behind it. Okay,
Amen.
go ahead.
But it also sucks that a lot of places don't have lids because they're like,
Yes.
oh, because they always break off, so why spend money to put it on in the first place anyway?
Mhm.
And I'm like, well, what are people doing to your freaking toilet? Are they
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
hitting it hard and then it's sliding around everywhere?
Yeah. Or there's lots of stalls, and it's like, okay, then the things kind of stay trapped in the stalls, and it's, and it's cheaper. But yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. When I order takeout, I usually ask for no condiments or cutlery.
Mhm.
But I still get them sometimes. And I'm just like, I literally like just asked for this. Or one time I went
Mhm.
through a Wendy's drive-through, and I was
Mhm.
like, just a plain baked potato, because like obviously I
Mhm.
won't have butter or sour cream or anything. I was like,
Yeah.
just a plain baked potato, like literally
Mhm.
just that. And they like double checked with me, and I was like, yes, just the baked
Yeah.
potato by itself, plain,
Mhm.
nothing on it. And then I get up to the window, and the woman hands me, and she's like, well, I still threw in butter and sour cream, like little packets, in case you wanted them. And I'm like, that's so nice. But like, I literally like confirmed that I did not want that. And
That's
then those things ended up in the trash.
yeah, that's weird that they still would throw that in. Like, I
It's
don't
not
know.
that's not the only time it's happened though.
Do you say you're vegan, or do you just go, no, like just a plain baked potato?
I just say just a plain baked potato.
Yeah. So you can't blame her. She was just trying to be nice. But it's like, yeah, that's weird. It's like, just like, why bother do the extra work if they said specifically they didn't want it? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or like at Dairy Queen, when Ryan and I go, and I'm like ordering.
What can you get at Dairy
Okay,
Queen?
they have a non-dairy dilly bar, okay, and I can also get their
Really?
misties, like their slushies or whatever. Although I don't recommend the lemon lime flavor. But yeah, they have a non-dairy dilly bar.
Oh, that's cool.
But I'll say like, oh, like no napkins or no plastic straws, and they will still hand it to
Mhm.
me. I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, like
Yeah.
we literally ordered two things and asked no plastic, two simple things, no
Mhm.
modifications, and
Mhm.
then just asked no plastic straw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes, they're probably just in the habit, like, they just are used to grabbing those things and giving it to
Yeah,
people.
but we were also
But
the only people who are in the drive-through at the moment,
yeah,
so
you
he
just have to
couldn't
be better.
remember.
You just have to be better, like, when you get to the window where they're going to hand you food, just say, like, please don't give me any, cutlery, napkins, whatever. Like,
Talking
that's
to
something that
people's
falls on
faces.
us. That's something that falls on us more than them, because they're just used to just cranking things out, giving this to people. But I do get it. Like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
I get it. My next one is, when you're at the airport and people stand right in front of the luggage carousel, so then everyone who's behind them can't see when their bag is coming. I have that pet peeve. And it's like, just stand back, and when you see your bag making its way around, or a bag that looks like yours, whatever, go up to it. And if it's not yours, step back. Like, sorry, but you're not the most important person in the world. Like, I don't care where you have to be. Like,
Yeah.
you'll see your bag when it comes out if we all just step back.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
Okay, well, that leads me to slow walkers. Possibly my biggest pet peeve. Just like move to the side, like
Mhm.
especially when a group is like all spread out along the sidewalk or wherever you're walking.
Mhm.
Like just move into like 2 by 2
Mhm.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you don't all have to be in a line.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk that slow, especially
Mhm.
when there's no stroller or elderly person or person with a cane or a person with a noticeable like knee problem or something.
Mhm.
Like there aren't enough people in the world who do need to walk slowly
Mhm.
to warrant the number of slow walkers there are out
Yeah.
there.
If
And
anything, people.
it's especially
Mhm.
annoying when there are two groups of slow walkers that are eventually like come together into the same path and then just block you.
Yeah.
And it's
I
just like
mean,
which group will move faster first?
yeah. I mean, if anything, people with disabilities, like in terms of walking, if anything, they're the ones who are the most considerate and like
Yeah.
step to the side or like just already are walking on the side anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, the other day, or it was like a week ago, I was stuck walking behind these three people. And so they were taking up like the whole length of the sidewalk, and I was stuck behind them, and I was like, oh. And then one girl, she, I was walking behind them just for like a minute or whatever. And then one girl turns around kind of, or just kind of looks back at me, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry, we're walking so slow. Like, go in front of us. And I was like, this has never happened to me before. It's like, this is so nice. Well, like, I mean, I've had people like see me behind them and then scooch over. But she was like, oh, I'm sorry, we're walking so slow. So that was nice. But yeah, slow walkers are annoying. Like, pull over. Pull over to the side. Oh, you know what's scary though? This isn't really a pet peeve. This is more just like, so I have my headphones in all the time, and there are lots of bike riders, and my headphones are noise canceling, so I can't hear if a biker is coming up behind me. So like
Mm.
all of a sudden a bike just whizzes by me or something, and like maybe I'm standing in the middle of the sidewalk and I should be on the side, but like it's scary. It's scary. They just like appear. Ugh.
Mm.
I get hit almost all the time.
And this reminds me of how Tori's biggest Disney pet peeve is the electronic chairs.
Mm. Oh, this is one you probably have internally. When internships or jobs don't tell you if you're rejected, so you're just like waiting for an answer. Yeah.
Yes.
This I this was when I was like applying for internships during basically all of my summers of undergrads. They never told me if I didn't get an internship. And so I would just be waiting. And they wouldn't tell you when results would come out either. Some of them would, but some of them wouldn't. And so you're just there like waiting, hoping you get this one internship offer, and like they're like, oh, we've actually had the results out for a month and you didn't get it. And it's like, yeah, so that's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's like if you're rejecting someone, just let them know. A courtesy email is all you could do. They spent the time to make that application, you could spend the time to send them an email.
Yes, I've applied to maybe I've easily sent in over 80, maybe over 90 now applications over the past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Maybe heard back from
Mm-hmm.
at most 20 of them.
Yeah.
At most. Mostly
Yeah.
rejections.
But hey,
Yeah.
still.
At most.
Yeah.
20 of them. And you
Yeah.
know what? They were pretty much most of those were from Georgia Aquarium. They're good about sending rejection. Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
No, this was I mean, forget even about internships during undergrad. When I was applying to grad schools, the one school I really wanted to go to, I'm not gonna say their name. Well, no, the one school I really, really wanted to go to, they did reject me and they let me know. But another school that I had applied to, I only applied to 3. I had an offer from the school I currently go to, and I was like, I will let you know as soon as I hear back from this other place, if I'm accepted, rejected, whatever. I just want to, keep my options open, because it's like, a job. You want the best offer, and they can't like pressure you before the deadline. And so I was waiting and waiting, and hoping they would give an offer, hoping they would say something. And then finally, like, the deadline came for the school I go to, UM. And so I emailed my now advisor, and I was like, okay, yes, like, I, accept the offer, whatever. And I had never heard back from that other school. Never. And I would check my application like every week, and it would just say like application like submitted or accepted in the portal, like it's under review. It would say like under review. Yeah. So I knew that it was like being looked at by someone. And then so I was just like, oh, this is so weird. And I checked it over the summer, still nothing. So I emailed admissions, or I emailed someone, and I was like, hey, I applied to the school back in January, and I have no idea like what happened to my application. Like, was it rejected? I assume it wasn't accepted, because you would have told me. And like, I applied for fall this past year, so like they would have had to get back to me, and I was like, this is weird, like I'm just kind of confused, like what happened. And they finally emailed me back, maybe it's a few days later or something, and they're like, oh, like actually you were waitlisted. And I said, that's weird. It didn't say. I never got an email that I was waitlisted. I never saw something that said I was waitlisted. And I was like, and basically I sent that back in an email to whoever I was talking to, and I was like, oh, like nothing ever said that that's what my status was, kind of. And it was very weird. And so then they emailed me back, and they're like, oh, we're so sorry about that, and the confusion or anything. You're on the wait list for like spring 2023 and stuff. And I was like, well, I accepted an offer at another school because I never heard back from you, so take me off the fucking wait list. Oh, sorry, take me off the wait list. Because like, what? Like, I thought that was so unprofessional for like a state university, and it's like the flagship school of that state, to do that, like just not say anything. And
for a school.
Yeah, and like when I was applying for undergrad schools, I remember I was waitlisted for UGA, and that came up right away in my like application status page. So I was like, I don't know, I just thought it was such bullshit, like that school would do that. And yeah, so dumb.
Well, what's weird? So Disney, for the Disney College program, like they're on top of it, letting you know your status like right away as soon as possible. At least on their like dashboard, which is what they tell you when you apply, like go check this regularly. Because you might not always get an email. And then like I applied for some other jobs, and some of them I never got a rejection email from, but like I went on the dashboard, so I was rejected. And I remember one of them I applied to, I think it was May 2021, got a rejection email December 31st of that year. I'm like, okay, you're obviously just cleaning up your system or cleaning out your system. Like, why didn't you? Obviously,
yeah. Didn't you just do it? Or what?
That was 8 months ago. So no. Like, even if you, like, obviously I know the answer is no if it was 8 months ago that I applied.
Yeah. That's very annoying. And it's just annoying because it's like, obviously we didn't get a job, so we're not your priority, but why would we ever consider a job with you again in the future if that's just how you treat people, period? Like, I just think that is not a good business practice.
I mean, when I got so Georgia Aquarium and Zoo Atlanta, both great places. Okay, both fantastic. And it could just been the intern coordinator I was dealing with because it's different for every department. But their internship applications were due on the same day. I submitted them on time, whatever. Like 2 weeks in, I got an interview offer from Zoo Atlanta. Woohoo. And then interviewed a few days later, got an offer for the internship a few days later. And I was like, okay. And I sat around waiting a few days to hear anything from Georgia Aquarium. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna wait anymore. So I accepted the internship offer. And then 6 weeks after I submitted I submitted mid-June. At the end of July for an internship that starts in August. I got an email from Georgia Aquarium with an interview offer for an internship. I was like, it's late.
Yeah, it's a little late for that.
When I met with like the overall intern coordinator for the zoo, she's like, what's one thing that made you choose Zoo Atlanta? And I was like, your timeliness.
Yeah. Honestly, like you gotta appreciate people that are punctual for sure. Oh, that's yeah. I mean, they're getting a lot of they're getting a lot of applications. I get it,
I'm sure.
But it's when people are planning their lives around jobs, you can't let them know last minute like that.
Yeah, and especially like if my interview wasn't even gonna be until the beginning of the month when the internship starts, like I'm like, how am I supposed to make sure I find a place to stay or something?
Exactly. Yeah. Stupid. So if you or someone out there who's in charge of accepting or rejecting people, make sure you let the rejects know they were rejected.
Even if it's just like send to all and then you remove the few potential candidates.
Yeah. It's like getting ghosted, but by a company. You're like, wait, what did I do wrong?
Yes. 100%.
But no, you're not the problem. They're the problem.
But I also read something that they are looking at a human has to look at every application. So there is a human, not just a robot, looking at your applications. Maybe a robot might send your application through faster or sooner, but a human does legally, at least in the US, have to look at your application. From what I understand.
I mean, I know like with the government and probably other companies, there's a lot of filtering of applications. So like if you use right keywords, then your application is going to show up top of stack or whatever. So that's why it's important like to use the words that they use in the like job description. Use those same keywords because then you'll like appear in the
at least that's how people kept saying it worked for Disney.
Yeah.
But I think it's part of the like equal employment opportunity thing.
Sure.
Okay, you go again.
Okay. I watch a lot of like food review shorts and TikToks, and some people say they're like at Starbucks trying a new Starbucks drink. They'll take a sip and go, it's good. End of video. I'm like, you just gave me no context. Absolutely none. What were the flavor profiles? What could they improve on? Like, what was good about it compared to other popular drinks? Like, you're not
Is the aftertaste still good?
Yeah, like you're not being a food reviewer if you just say it's good. And I hate those videos. I hate them.
Because it's just like, well,
I usually don't downvote things unless it's like, blatant sexism or climate change denial or, stuff like that. But yeah, when it's like you can't say this is a food review if you're not really reviewing the food, you're just saying if it's good or bad, and like that's also basing it off of your taste buds. Like I watched a video of a girl tasting some drink and she was like, oh, I like this. It kind of reminds me like of an orange creamsicle. And I don't like orange creamsicles. So I would not like that drink. So therefore that was a helpful review for me.
Yeah. Well, see,
So
well, first of all, have you seen any of my older TikToks that were Oreo reviews?
I think I watched at least one of them. I've seen a few.
I feel like they were good.
They were a little too long. You could
Hey,
shorten them.
they're all like 10 seconds.
Oh, well, whatever.
But there is one cider at Epcot Festival of the Arts
Mhm.
that everyone kept saying, "Oh, this is really like artificial cherry tasting. Not really what I'm into, but you might like it." And I love artificial cherry. Okay.
Mhm.
And so I was really excited for this cider, and it didn't taste like artificial cherry. It tasted
Bitches.
like lightly medicinal cherry. I'm like, that is not the same as
It's
artificial
not the
cherry.
same. It's not the same. Like, it's not like Dum Dum flavored cherry. It's NyQuil flavored cherry. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. That would be annoying.
But the blood orange one is really good. $3, I think. What?
Oh, okay. Well, this is so I have two about hiking. People who play their music like on a speaker when they're on a hike. It's like you're really ruining it for everyone. Don't do that.
Oh, please. The people who drive right outside on the street who blare their speakers.
Yeah.
It's just like, what? I am on the 6th floor. I should not be hearing that over my laptop.
Yeah. One time I was like in the car with Nana and someone was doing that. They were just like blaring their music windows down. And Nana goes, well, someone thinks they're cool. That was really funny. I was like, Nana, they really do think they're cool. Yeah, anyway, be courteous on a hike. You're out in nature, like not everyone wants to hear your music. Use headphones or do that thing. I've done this before if like my headphones have died on a run where I just hold the phone up to my ear,
Yeah.
speaker side up, so I'm just
Or
like
like, and it's not just when you're on a hike. It's if you're walking around on the streets, or if you're on the bus or a train.
If you're in public and you're listening to something, use headphones.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Watch your movie trailers with headphones.
Oh my gosh. And this is just like in our house. So like it's
No,
more
it's in
excusable.
public too.
Really?
He does it in public.
And it's loud. Can he not hear? He plays it really loud. But that brings me to another story with Dad and hiking. It's when you're on hikes, say you're hiking up a mountain, and the people coming down the mountain say you're almost there, but you're really not almost there. They just think you're almost there because they're walking down, so it's a lot faster. And it doesn't feel as hard because now you're going down instead of up. And one time I was hiking with Dad, Tori, and Kevin, and it was a trail that I had done once before. And, we were going up this mountain, and we were maybe halfway through it. Like, from my memory, I was like, we're not there yet. We still probably have 45 minutes to go. And people coming down the mountain for the next 45 minutes would all tell us, like in 5 to 10 minute intervals, that we were almost there. And Dad was like, oh, really? Like for the first few people that would say that. And I would go, we're not almost there. Like we'll be almost there once we see like a small wooden structure house type thing at the top of the mountain. That's when we're almost there. That's when it's 0.1 miles to the top. And so, we keep going up and all these people keep coming down going, hey, you're almost there. Like, and they're all like positive. And then this one group of people, they come down and they go, oh, you're almost there. And Dad, he's so angry at this point, and he goes, no, we're not. We're not almost there. Do you know how many people have told us we're almost there and we're not almost there? We're not almost there. And these people are like, oh my gosh. And he wasn't like Dad was probably trying to be a bit more jokey about it because he didn't realize, but the people didn't realize that we had just passed 10 other groups of people that had told us we were almost there. And so
Okay.
Dad like yells at these people and is like, unless it's around the corner, don't say it's almost there.
Okay, so rule of thumb, on your way down, don't say it beyond 5 minutes.
Yeah. If you've been walking down for more than 5 minutes, don't say you're almost there.
Mhm.
I agree. And yeah. Because coming down is much faster than going back up. So
Yeah, so it's like 5 to 10 minutes going up.
no, I wouldn't even say 10. I wouldn't even say within 10 minutes. I'd say if you've been going down for 5 minutes.
No, but I
half
mean,
it.
like, for the people going up, then it'll
Oh,
be 5 to 10
yes.
minutes for them.
Yes.
So that would probably feel like, oh, almost there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just don't say that to people anymore on hikes. Hiking is, it's weird because it's like, oh, do I say hi to them? Do I not say hi to them? If it's super busy, you probably don't say hi to people because, you're constantly passing people. But if
Mhm.
it's not super busy, then I guess say hi. There's always like the things hikers say to people as they're walking, like, oh, when are they gonna put this escalator in, huh? Or just things about the weather, beautiful day, or you know,
Ugh.
things like that. I don't know.
Yeah, living in an apartment building, so many people have started small talk with me, being like, "Oh, it's cold outside today." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't need to talk."
Really. I just always think of that line in Gilmore Girls when it's pouring outside and Rory and Paris are coming in, they're drenched with water, and one girl goes, "Oh, is it raining out?" And then Paris goes, "No, it's National Baptism Day."
Tie your
And then,
tubes.
yeah, tie your tubes, idiot. And then it's like, oh wow, that's really funny. So yeah, just I don't know. I just think that's funny. That's funny. Anyway, do you have another?
Okay, I have one more. Grammar. I'm a grammar Nazi.
Oh, I have a grammar thing too. Where did I put that?
But especially when we were doing like prepping for the last video, the Am I the A-hole? Part 2. And so many people were using the wrong like there, and there. And like, the whole your and your, like if you guys are old enough to be posting on these sites, you're old enough to know the difference between that stuff. That's like, I feel like it was 4th grade when that was really like put in our heads. So like
I probably didn't really learn it until 8th grade, and I only really just got accept. So but like, you have to put in the effort to learn these things yourself if you didn't catch it back in elementary school, So yes, come on, people, take the time to learn.
The only thing I'm leaning on is effect and affect. So I only got that a few years ago.
That one I'm working
And I'm not
on.
gonna get anyone over who and whom. But like there, and you're and your.
Oh no, I understood
know that.
accept and accept. Accept and accept. Accept, whatever. I understood that one. It was effect and affect. That's the one. But yeah, my grammar thing was people who don't use an Oxford comma. I love an Oxford comma.
Is that the comma before the and in the list?
Yes.
I love the Oxford comma too.
I love the Oxford comma. I despise it when people don't use it.
I know.
And it's
just like, is that part of the last thing? Or is that the last thing on your list?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, is it separate
Or
from
is
the
it
second
even
thing? Or
is it even a list?
Yeah.
But I don't like it when it's just 2 things in the list and they still put the comma there. I'm like, okay, you don't need the comma.
You don't need the comma then. No, you don't need the comma. It's just if you're saying, I want chips, cookies, and I was just say cocaine. I want chips, cookies. I was just on the C's. Chips, cookies, and a bottle of Coke. You would put the comma between the cookies and bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
Because it's separate. It's separate on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, grammar.
Yeah. Go Oxford comma.
Go Oxford comma.
I mean, I've always been like, even when I was little, it's not so much now, but when I was little, how I was big on like the exact time. Like
Yeah,
people would be like, "Oh, it's
fuck that.
3:15." I'd be like, "It's 3:17."
Yeah, you'd be that person. You're like, actually?
I remember going through like old stuff that we still had, and it was a letter I wrote to my fourth grade teacher, and we were like driving to Hershey Park, and I wrote, "It's 8:13 a.m."
And we're going to Hershey Park. I only have two more, I think.
Okay.
One is just like people who don't clean their gym equipment or people who hog gym equipment. Not so much if they stay on one machine. That doesn't really bother me because I can see they're actively like doing stuff. It's when they hop around from like machine to machine and just kind of do one set and then move to the next, do one set, move to the next, do one set, and then restart. It's like just do all of your sets on that one piece of equipment and then move on to the next, do all of your sets, and then move on to the next, do all your sets, and then you're done, rather than
Yeah.
hopping around and taking up three things.
And also probably getting irritated when someone hops on the piece of equipment you want to use next.
Yeah. And then so I'm like, why would you do that? Because then like either you're making people mad or you're gonna get mad because people took what you were using, but you can't take all three pieces of equipment at the same time. I don't know. And then cleaning equipment, there are some people who really just don't care about cleaning gym equipment, but my gym here, they have wet wipes to clean equipment and they never replace them. So we've been out of wipes for 2 months and
Or they
it's
dry out.
or they dry out or they like get stuck in the thing and you can't pull them out. This is my last one.
Okay.
And this is like a not I don't think grammar is the right term, but it's I guess an English language thing or just a language thing. And it is 18th century versus 1800s. Don't mean the same span of 100 years.
I know.
I
Yeah.
can't stand it. I'm like, I mean, I get why it is what it is because it's offset. Like, we can't say that, 5 AD was the 0th century. Like, that doesn't make sense. It has to
Yeah.
be the first century. And it is the first century because it's the first 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it pisses me off.
And what do we
Yeah.
say for stuff like BCE? Like negative first century? We just
I guess we don't.
we just
We
say
just
the
say,
date.
yeah, we just say BCE.
Oh,
isn't it?
about 65,000 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. 65,000 years ago. What was going on then?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. You want to do the quiz?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
And I have filed so many maintenance requests at my building.
We don't like to focus on the negatives. Sometimes it's nice to get it out like we just did. So let's just do a lighthearted, positive quiz to end it on a positive note. So today the quiz is pretend to be a bee, and we'll tell you what people love most about you. All right. First things first. What do you do on a typical bee morning? Relax on a leaf for a bit? Meet some bees at the honey pool? Help some sad bees? Pollinate the flowers with the big bees? Go meet a human like in Bee Movie? Or go prank some other bees?
I think I'm gonna pollinate because, well, they don't eat that. Where's the part where they have breakfast?
I don't
Is that the
know.
honey pool?
Maybe.
So I'm trying to relate it to my morning. So I'll say I'll
Oh.
meet bees at the honey pool.
I'm gonna go pollinate.
Ooh.
Okay, which flower would you pollinate? Beautiful pink ones, bright ones to race other bees in, red ones to woo another bee. Pretend to work but make jokes to your bee friends instead, or ones to make flower necklaces for other bees.
Okay, well, I don't like the one where they're not working. That's just not okay, and that's not good hive community. The only other bee you could really woo is the queen.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know
She's not
bee
coming out.
sexuality, so I guess I'll race my friends to it. Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
I don't want. I am competitive. But I don't want to. I am. Oh, maybe I would be the bright one to race others in.
I just want to get done as fast so I can go home. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. But I just view my life as a bee as more luxurious. So I'm just gonna go for the beautiful pink ones because I don't want anything fancy out of it. Even though I don't like pink. But whatever. What does your laugh sound like? Buzz! Buzz. Buzz with a smiley face. Buzz buzz with a heart. Or buzzer, call me later.
I think my laugh can be quite irritating, so I'll do the big buzz.
I'll do buzz, smiley face. Okay, finally, what would be your bee job? Train to be the fastest bee? Serve honey at a cafe? Bee makeover specialist? Comedy bee? The one bee that's on a TV show?
There's a bee on a TV show?
I don't know.
Are they
There's a
referring to
bee in a movie.
I'll serve honey at the cafe. That sounds
That's what
good.
I was gonna choose
Yeah,
too.
that sounds like a nice life. What?
Did you get the same one as me?
The humor? Wait, what did you get?
Oh, I got your laid back personality.
Ha! Yeah, right.
Hey, you are a relaxing, fun person to hang out with. You value deeper things in life and share those values with those you love. Your heart is like honey in the sun.
Aw. I got people are always lifted up by your humor. You make people laugh, even over small things, and smile when they think of you. What else was there? What else could we have been?
Else could we have been?
Oh, your determination. That was one. Your charm. Your kindness. Yeah, and then just
Probably
the ones
it.
we got. Yeah. Nice.
Oh.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Accurate.
All right. Well,
All right. That's it. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. We will see you guys when we see you. All right.
Buzz, don't waste your food. If you're not going to eat it, offer it to someone else.
Yes. Hope you guys have a great spring breaks if your spring break hasn't happened yet. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's Long Distance Sisters. Be sure to subscribe for more episodes and leave a good review.
And check out the video version on our YouTube channel.
You can find all of our other social media information in the description.
Talk to you later.
Bye.